Hi, everybody. Why don't we first start in a comfortable seated position? This is easy pose. If you choose to sit in a position where your legs are crossed comfortably, if you want to sit with the legs extended, we're just here for a few breaths as we connect with the breath, with the body. So perhaps we can close our eyes, take a few deep breaths in and out through the nose, and just get an overall feeling in your body, in your mind, what your mood is. Our practice today will be one of building strength, flexibility, a little bit of balance. So we'll be flowing, we'll be moving nice and easy. So connect with the body, modify if you need to. Perhaps we might come out of our comfort zone a little bit. We build some strength. Always have options to sit in or relax in child's pose as well if you need to. Take 3 deep breaths. As you breathe in, take a deep breath in. Exhale longer than you inhale. Take another deep breath in and exhale out. And then one more nice deep breath, a long exhale. And then breathe normally. All right, and let's bring our awareness back as we come to all fours. Bring your wrists under your shoulders. And let's take the right leg, extend that leg back. All right, let's bend the knee. We're going to get some momentum and we're going to bring that foot forward, take it in between the hands. Let's have the ankle and the knee lined up. Let's take the arms up. Inhale them up. And then let's exhale the arms to the front. And let's take that right arm back. You're going to turn and you're going to look back behind you and take a couple of breaths here. Let's take that hand back to the front. Inhale the arms. Exhale, bring the hands down. Let's go to all fours. And then we'll sit back, keeping the arms extended towards the front of the mat, placing your head down. And keeping the hands reaching towards the front of the mat. Let's inhale up. Exhale, bring your shoulders forward. Take your hips down. We're in a high cobra. We're going to be doing a few cobras as we flow. Let's come all the way down. Bring your hands under your shoulders in line with your chest. And then inhale, come up low or come up higher. That's just going to depend. There might be times how you feel in your shoulders where you might stay lower or in your back, or you might come up higher. All right, let's come up to all fours from here. So adjust your wrists under your shoulders. And then let's take that left leg back, bending the knee. And then bring that foot forward. You can use your hand if you need to bring that foot fully forward in line, ankle and knee lined up. Let's take the arms up, inhale them up. Bring the arms out to the front. And then take the left arm, bring it back. Turn here and breathe. Bring that arm all the way to the front. And then inhale and exhale. And then let's go to all fours. All right, let's go into child's pose. Let's bring the knees out, bring the feet in. This is a good position to remember to go into. At any time that you just need to pause perhaps for a moment. Just relax here. You're going to feel different if you have your arms extended as opposed to bringing the arms in. And so sometimes maybe you want to feel more of a stretch. Sometimes you might want to feel more of a relaxing. There's no right or wrong way when we go into child's pose here of how you want to hold it. Take a few breaths here. Okay, then extend your arms if they're not extended, because we're going to come up from here. We're going to lift your hips. And then take your hips, bring them downward. So we got perhaps a little bit in the back, definitely the hips as well. From our child's pose. Let's go back into child's pose again. Exhale. Keeping the arms extending over your head. Let's come up one more time. Inhale up. And then exhale down. And then come up to all fours. So bring the hands, wrists under the shoulder. Bring the knees in. In fact, let's bring the knees together, the feet together. We're going to lean to the right as you exhale, so the hips will go down towards the ground. And then come up to center. Then exhale, let's go left. And then bring it back up to center. Let's do it one more time to the right. Inhale up. And then exhale to the left. And then back up. Okay, our first downward dog, bring your hands a little bit in front of the shoulders and be sure we're opening up the fingers nice and wide. Extend the fingertips towards the front of the mat so the knuckles stay down. All right, this is going to help to keep us pressure off the wrists. Now lift your knees up. Maybe you're going to feel a little bit long, which is okay. But if you want to bring your feet in some, you can. All right, we're gonna first start by pressing the heels down towards the ground. All right, some of us might not be able to do that. That's all right. That's not what this is about. Eventually you may get there, but press downward. Press downward. Then bring the focus to your heart area, the chest, and then press back towards the thighs. This is a nice big opening, stretching for our shoulders, an inversion here. Lift your kneecaps up. Now we're going to be doing a few downward facing dogs today. So if you find that it's getting to be maybe somewhat intense, eventually as we build strength, it will not feel that way. It will feel pretty good. But you can always go to all fours. So let's do that. Let's come to all fours. And we're going to sit back, extending the fingers again towards the front of the mat, placing the head down. Inhale, coming up to all fours. Exhale, coming forward. We're in that high cobra. And let's exhale, turn to the right. Your head turns to the right over that shoulder. And then come to center. And then exhale, turn left. And then come back to center. All right, let's sit all the way back. Now, when we come back, we're going to rest the arms and the wrists. So go into embryo pose. The arms are going to relax right alongside your body. Okay, letting the arms, the hands, the fingers relax, the wrists. Take a few breaths here. Come up onto the knees and then inhale, bring the arms up. We're going to interlace here. Turn your palms, face them up. Keep it nice and tall here. Let's lean to the right. And then come up to center. Exhale, lean left. And then come up to center. Let's go to the back of the body. Bring your hands to the low back, palms of the hands onto the back. And we're going to a back bend. To do that, they'll lift to the side of the body, lift the chest, and then take it back. Just a couple breaths here. And then come up to center. Inhale. Exhale to all fours. Let's take that right leg back again. Bend the knee. Bring your foot forward in between the hands. All right, so as we get to go into a lunge position, you want to have your hands in line with your ankles. Okay, so we don't want to have our hands to the front. What happens with that is that knee comes forward. So a little bit of alignment before we start to move will help to keep our body in the flow and help to build that strength. Lunge position, pick your back knee up. That leg is straight. Take a couple of breaths here. Okay, as we inhale, let's just lift the chest just a little bit, looking straight ahead. And then exhale, you can just look down. Bring the knee down, and then let's go to all fours. And then lift that left leg up and bend the knee. Bring that foot forward. Sometimes you might find you're going to have to use your hand to bring the foot forward. All right, hands in line at the ankles. Let's lift the knee into that lunge position. So the lunge position might have some length to it. Inhale, lift your chest a little bit, your head, breathe. Looking straight ahead. And then you can be looking down. Bring the knee down, and let's go to all fours. We're going to lift back up to our downward dog. Bring your hands in front of your shoulders again, and then lift up. Okay, just by feeling the hands, the fingers, are your fingers open? Are you reaching your fingertips towards the front of the mat so the knuckles are down? All right, let's pedal. So bend one knee and then the other. Nice stretch here. All right, straighten the legs, pressing down through the heels, pressing back. All right, we're going to move to the front. To do that, bend your knees. Change your gaze, look past your hands. Let's start, maybe we're going to step up, or maybe we're just going to walk the feet up, coming to the front of the mat as we settle into our forward bend. Let your knees soften here. Let your upper body just hang. This is a nice release for our back. Bring your hands onto your shins or by your feet. Then we're going to inhale, just come about halfway up. You can start to ground into the legs here, extending here. Exhale, bow back down. And we're going to lift again, halfway, inhale. I'll get your legs grounded, your feet grounded. Bringing the weight some towards your heels. And then let's come all the way up. Inhale, bring the arms up. And let's interlace here. And turn your palms and face them up. Let's turn to the right as you exhale. So we get a little stretch here in the wrist. And then come to center. And then exhale, turn left. And then come to center. And then bring the arms down. Okay, so let's just have the hands, or bring the arms alongside the body. In our mountain pose, our feet are about hip bone distance apart. Arms at the side. Let's take the right hand down the side of the leg, bring it towards the knee. Keep weight in that left foot. And then come up to center. Exhale, move the left hand down. And then come up to center. So we're going to do a nice, easy, basic sun salutation as we incorporate the strengthening movements with that flexibility. Let's come on up. Inhale. Exhale. You can take the arms to the side or to the front as you fold forward, bringing the hands onto the legs or onto the ground. Again, that depends on that flexibility. You want the knees to be somewhat soft. Inhale, come halfway up. Here's where I want you to bend your knees so we can bring the hands by the ankles, step your right leg back into a lunge. Okay, in this lunge position, let's take that left arm, reach it out in the front, extending that arm. So the arm's kind of by the ear, and then let's lift the arm up towards the ceiling as you inhale. And now we're turning to the left. Let's bring that hand down. You're at a lunge. All right, we're going to downward dog from here. You're going to have to place your hands down flat. Step back to downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here. Bring your feet a little bit further back so that we can smoothly come forward to a plank pose, high push-up position right here. Okay, you can do this with the bent knees or you can keep your legs straight. However you're at right now, come all the way down. Hands should be underneath your shoulders, elbows straight back. Inhale low or high cobra. Exhale, lift up, back up to downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths here. Bend your knees. Step or walk up to the front of the mat. Some of you, if you've been practicing yoga, you might be able at that place to hop up. We're in our forward bend. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale. Let's inhale. Let's interlace the hands and turn the palms up. Let's come up onto the toes. If you feel at all unstable, find a focal spot. All right, we're lifted up on the toes. Lean into the right. And then come up to center. Exhale, lean left. And then come up to center. Bring your heels down. Let's take the hands to the low back here. And let's arch the back, come into back bend. And then come up to center. Inhale. Exhale into that forward bend. Inhale, lift your head and chest. Bend your knees, step your left leg back into your lunge. Extend that right arm, reach it out towards the front. And then inhale, turn here, reaching the arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, lunge. Bring your hands down, downward facing dog. Press back, breathe. Come forward to plank. So if you have to adjust, we're adjusting from the feet. We're not adjusting the hands. You do enough of that, and that's too hard on our shoulders. Make sure your core is engaged here. So we don't want to be up, nor do we want to be sagging. Lower down, exhale. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lift up, downward dog. From here, let's take a moment and go into your child's pose. Take a few breaths. So that is pretty much a basic, what would be a sun salutation or a flow. It gets easier the more that you practice it. Can be really nice. It's an overall building up of the strength, the flexibility, the connection of the movement of the body with the breath. That's eventually where we take the movements in a flow with our breathing. So just be sure that you are breathing to start. We don't worry about connecting it yet. And let's come up to all fours, because we've got a lot of other things that we're probably focusing on to start. All right, so we're gonna kind of reverse it and go up to the front, but we're gonna do it starting at all fours. Take your right leg back, we're gonna bend the knee. Let's here bring the foot over to the left. So we've got an opening in the hip. You wanna keep your thigh lifted, all right? And then let's lift that right arm up. Here's some balance here. And then grab a hold of the foot. That's, if you can, you're grabbing a hold of the foot. Okay, then let's extend the leg and the arm. Bring the hand down, bend the knee, and then let's bring that foot forward. Let's come to a lunge. From here, we're gonna go to warrior one. So we're gonna bring that back heel down. If you're really long, you might have to step that back foot in a little bit to come on up. You can start by bringing the hands onto the thigh or come right arm up to warrior one. Bring the arms back behind you. Then lower the chest, keeping the spine straight. Just come forward a little bit. Shift the weight to your front foot. Pick your back leg up as we balance here in airplane. Let's bring that leg to the front. See if you can stay balanced. Inhale the arms up. Step that foot back, you're going into warrior one. So arms stay lifted, just bend that front knee, keep that back leg straight. And then go to a lunge. Bring your knee down. Go to all fours. Okay, then take your left leg back. Bend the knee. All right, keep that thigh lifted. Bring your foot over to the right. And then lift the left arm up. So you might just balance here. Or you might see if you can grab a hold of the foot on this side. Just work with your balance. Holding on the foot to get that nice quadricep stretch. All right, release the hold. Lifting the arm, extending the leg. And then bring your hand down. Bend the knee. Let's bring that foot forward. Lift to a lunge. From here, lift to warrior one. Inhale up. Bring the arms back. Lengthen forward. Okay, when you're ready, we're lifting that back leg to come to airplane. Stay balanced. Let's see if we can bring that leg to the front. Just do the best you can. Lifting the arms. Let's go to warrior one. Just step that leg back. Exhale, lunge. Downward facing dog from here. So the hands open up as you step back to downward dog. Okay, as we're in downward dog, pressing towards the back. Drawing your abs in. Lengthen through your tailbone. Bring your feet in a little bit closer. And then let's lean to the right some as you bring your hips towards the right. And then come to center. And then exhale, lean to the left. And then come back to center. Pick your right leg up, lift that leg up. We're gonna open up the hip here, just like we did at all fours. Bend the knee, bringing your foot over to the left. Okay, then straighten the leg. Change your gaze past your hands. Let's bring that foot forward to a lunge. If it doesn't make it all the way towards the front, again, use your hand. And then from here, step up. Continue right to the forward bend. Soften here. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale halfway, bend your knees, and then from here, step back to a plank pose. Bring your knees down, exhale, sit back. Getting that stretch as you're extending the hands towards the front of the mat. Inhale up, and then exhale forward and down. Be sure here when we're lifted high that the shoulders are off the ears, okay? So we're not here collapsing in the shoulders. We're lifting them and bringing them onto the back. And then come up to all fours. So adjust your hands. They're probably already in front of the shoulders. Keep them there, or maybe they're too far out in front. Open up the hands. Let's go to our downward dog. As we work on this side, bringing the feet in closer together. They're side by side. They're not necessarily touching, but they're very close. Again, let's lean to the right. Exhale, lean. And then come to center. And then exhale, let's lean left. And then come back to center. Okay, now pick your left leg up, lift it up nice and high. Bend the knee, bring your foot over to the right. Straighten the leg. And then change your gaze, bring that foot forward into a lunge. Take a couple breaths, kind of settling into what that feels like for us. Step up, forward bend. Settling into that forward bend. All right, as we come up again, let's just start to bring the weight towards the heels, planting the feet, grounding our feet, and then come all the way up. So legs are nice and strong when we come up. Inhale and exhale. Let's take the hands here, bring them just a little bit into the shoulders. You're going to bring the hands on the waist or the hip area. And we're going to take the elbows, press them straight back. Okay, without arching the back, because it can be real easy to want to arch the back. So we have to be aware of keeping the core engaged. Elbows go straight back, like you're drawing them in towards each other, which we are. Bring them out to the side. And then let's do that again. Exhale it back. And then come to the side. We're going to do one more time. Press back as you exhale. Keep drawing in. Breathe. Bringing the arms to the side. Let's inhale up. And then exhale down. Let's do one more. One sun salutation from here. Inhale, lift. Bend your knees. Step your right leg back into a lunge. Okay, let's here bring the back foot down where it's flat and parallel. Okay, so I want you to look at your front heel and the arch of your back foot, because pretty much that is where we want our feet lined up. And that will take us to go right into warrior one. So start to come, warrior two. So start to come on up. Distribute that weight evenly front and back. Take the arms out. You're looking over your left hand. Keep that front knee bent. Keep the back leg straight. All right, back hand, bring it down. Front arm comes up. And then move that hand down the leg. Let's reverse our warrior. Breathe. Bend that front knee a little deeper here. And then inhale as we come back to warrior two. Bend the front arm. Come down onto your thigh, reaching that right arm up. All right, so we've got our heart open. Let's take the top arm, because I want us to focus on that top shoulder. Take the top arm and just kind of bring it around your back. And then actively take this top shoulder, the right shoulder, and lift it up and back. So where we want the shoulders to be onto the back, that shoulder has to be nice and lifted. Heart is open here. So keep this in your upper body. Let's bring that arm back up. Try to keep that same position in the upper body, that shoulder lifted, as we take the top arm and extend it over the head, not in front of the face, bicep by the ear. Keep that rotating of that shoulder upward. Breathe. Reach to the fingers, press to that back foot. And then let's take the right hand, bring it all the way down. In fact, let's go to a lunge, bring both of the hands down. I want to be sure here that when we're getting ready to go to downward dog, you have that back heel lifted in the lunge, hands down flat, and let's go back, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Come on down, exhale. Inhale, cobra. And then downward facing dog, lift up. All right, you decide here as we bend the knees if you're gonna step, walk, or hop up to the front. In your forward bend, come on up. Inhale, we're coming up. And exhale. Okay, so if you find that you haven't made it all the way to the front of the mat, it's very simple. Just simply walk up to the front. So we want to be working from the front of the mat because we move back. So we don't want to be half on the mat and half out. We want to be able to stay on that mat. All right, let's come up, inhale. Let's get that other side. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend, and take your left leg back into a lunge. Bring the back foot down, flat and parallel, and then just kind of look, front heel, back, arch foot. Eventually, you're gonna feel how to get into your yoga poses, but it does help to have somewhat of an alignment. It's not perfect, doesn't have to be come on up to warrior two, because you're gonna base a lot of how you hold your body and how it feels, but having some alignment can be helpful, especially starting out. All right, now take that back hand down. We're reversing, take that front arm up, move it down the leg, keep the front knee bent, bend more, breathe. Inhale, come into warrior two. Bend the elbow. Come down onto your thigh. All right, and here, we were lifting that left arm up. Now be sure here too, the shoulder, we're not collapsing here. So keep the upper body engaged, the shoulder. In fact, let's kind of test it on this side. Let's see how we're holding that. So definitely the core is helping us here. Take the bottom hand, just reach it out in front. All right, and then you can place it back down. Stay engaged in the shoulders. Take the top arm, bring it around your back. All right, and then that top shoulder, let's lift it, bring it back. Heart is big and open. I'm having you see the back end where my shoulders are onto the back, they're not coming forward. Sometimes it's helpful to see what the position looks like from the back. All right, keep that. Keep the upper body lifted. Take the arm up again. Don't collapse in that upper body. And then let's take the top arm, keep extending it over the head. Reach, reach, hold and breathe. Open up. And then let's bring that hand down as we go to a lunge. Step back, downward dog. All right, and then from here, let's take the feet out right about maybe mat distance or shoulder distance apart in that downward dog. And then let's bring the knees all the way down. So we got our knees out wide. We can go right into child's pose. Bring your feet in and sit back and take a few breaths here in your child's pose. Just relax it. So you might be experiencing how the heart rate might be going up a little bit. Your body's heated. We're using a lot of the big muscles when we flow. So we don't even have to move a lot for both the heart rate and our body to get heated up. All right, let's come up to all fours. We're just going to do a little bit of stretching here. So let's take that right leg back, bend the knee. Let's get in our hamstring, bring your foot forward. Okay, we're going to do two things maybe, or one, but we're going to straighten the front leg. Maybe we're going to sit back a little bit and extend that front leg out. All right, so the leg is mostly straight and the foot is flexed. So not only are you bringing the toes in towards your body some, but you're also bringing the heel down and isometrically drawing it in towards your body. When you do that, you're going to feel your hamstring engage. All right, so kind of give some length as you inhale, and then exhale, lower the upper body towards that leg. Get that lift again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lengthen and lower. And then inhale, lift. And then take your hands, bring them closer to your feet. You might have to move that left hand out a little bit because I want you to lift that right arm up with that hamstring stretch. Exhale, bring the hand down. All right, get your foot down flat. And let's come forward. If the knee goes a little bit past the toes, it's okay. I want you to focus on the back leg. That's extended behind you. The hip flexor is what we're getting. So it's at an angle. The thigh is going downward. The back foot, the toes can be pointed or the toes can be under. The difference there is how it feels in the quadricep muscle. One will be engaged, toes under, not so much engaged with the toes pointed. And then let's come to all fours. Bring it back. All right, let's take the left leg back. And then bend the knee. Let's bring that foot forward. And then let's go to our hamstring stretch, straighten the front leg by extending it, and the toes are facing up. Draw them in a little bit. Mainly though, it's the heel that you're drawing down, drawing and in towards the body. Get that length as you inhale, and then exhale, lower the chest down towards the thigh. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And then inhale, lift, hold it here. Move the hands up towards the foot a little bit more. And then left arm, lift it, turn here. Bring that hand down. All right, bring your foot down flat and then come forward. Okay, so if you're coming forward and you don't feel anything in your quadricep, you might have to bring that leg back more, because if it's in too close, we're not getting the stretch here. So extend that leg back a little bit. Again, toes pointed or toes under. Just take a couple breaths here. All right, and then come up. Let's go to all fours. Let's sit back and go to embryo pose. So we're lowering the head down. We're letting the arms come alongside the body. Breathe here. Relax them. And then let's come up onto the knees. Inhale up. Let's do the interlacing again. Turn your palms, face them up. Reach up. And then lengthen up and lean back. Then from here, take the arms, bring them to your lower back. All right, press, lift through the side body. Maybe we can take it back a little further. And then come up to center. Inhale. Exhale to all fours. Cross at the ankles and then sit back so we can come to a seated position, bringing the legs up to the front. So bring your hands, the knees are bent. Let's bring the hands below the knees, bring them maybe right just around by the shins here as we round back, lifting the body upward. So straight spine here. Then exhale, take the chin down and round the shoulders and the lower back. There's some resistance here as we stretch, open up. Both the shoulders and the back, since we did work that, especially the shoulders in that downward dog. Come up with the straight back again, inhale. Exhale, round. And then straight back, inhale here. Okay, then from here, let's just slowly, nice and gentle, roll all the way down onto our back. Keep your knees bent, but here let's take the feet out, shoulder distance or mat distance apart. Let's move here by rocking side to side. And then let's keep the knees bent and hug your right knee in, straighten the left leg down onto the ground and relax. Hug in. Let's lift up the shoulders. Bringing the forehead in towards the knee, breathe. Then lower the head down. All right, just let your right arm relax. Use your left hand to bring that bent knee over to the left. You can be looking up here if you like. Take a few breaths, nice stretch all the way up the side of the body, the hip, up maybe even some into the shoulder. This goes deep into the spine as well. Come back up to center. Let's hug that knee in again. Then bring the foot down. Keep that knee bent. Bring the foot close to the leg, close to your body as you just let the knee come out to the side a little bit. Close your eyes here. Begin to relax. Few breaths. Okay, then let's let that right leg relax by extending it. And then let's bring that left knee in. Hug in. Lift your shoulders, head towards the knee. Lower the head. Just let your left arm relax. Right hand, use it to bring the knee over to the right. Breathe. And then come to center. Hug that knee in again. Okay, then bring your foot down right on the inside of the leg. And then just let that knee go out. Get the hip, the inner thigh. Relax and breathe. And then let that leg relax, extend it. And then let your arms relax anywhere. Close your eyes here. In our Shavasana, I'm going to have us focus for a couple minutes, few minutes, on the sounds of the bells that you're going to hear louder in just a moment. And using that as you're connecting. Okay, so really you can connect to the sounds. Use that as a way to calm the body and the mind. When your mind wanders, you'll bring it back to the sounds. Or just connect with your breathing. Feeling the breath in the belly or right at the nostrils or the chest. You just connect simply with the feel of the body. Whatever's easiest for you to connect with, for you to be able to relax with. Just stay aware. Gently bringing your awareness back. Moving perhaps your fingers and toes as you start to feel the ground beneath you. Maybe open the eyes so that you can just get some visual. And you're going to gently come up to a seated position. Either roll to your side or roll up, coming to a seated position that's comfortable for you. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you later.